Hi, and welcome, compassionate souls. Today, we will be looking at what will be next in romantic love for my singles. As you can see, I have laid out 3 cards in front of you. Please pick the group that resonates with you, and I will see you in your reading. Group 1. What's next in love for the singles? Cards drawn for you. 5 of Pentacles reversed, King of Pentacles reversed, 5 of Wands reversed, 3 of Swords reversed, Temperance reversed. First of all, I want to acknowledge how much strength and grace you carry, even when you may not feel it. Your reading speaks to someone who has been through it when it comes to love. Whether it was loneliness, disappointment, or relationships that left you feeling like you had to pick up the pieces on your own, you've likely had seasons where it felt like love wasn't showing up for you the way you hoped it would. But here's the good news. You're stepping out of that chapter now. The 5 of Pentacles reversed is like a light flickering back on in your heart space. This card says, you're not going to feel left out in the cold forever. In fact, it's the beginning of emotional renewal, a sign that you're slowly moving out of emotional lack and into a more supported space. You might begin noticing emotional breakthroughs in your inner world, or even subtle signs in your external life that love is creeping back in, whether through new connections, stronger self-worth, or simply not feeling so alone anymore. You're learning how to let others in again, but this time in a way that feels safe. Now, the King of Pentacles reverse shows a pattern in your love life that may be shifting. This could be about someone you've dealt with in the past, someone who appeared stable but wasn't emotionally present, or someone who is focused more on success, money, or control than on emotional intimacy. For others, this card is you. Maybe you've been more focused on stability, work, or healing than love. You may have been the provider or the rock in your relationships, which can leave you feeling unsupported in return. This card encourages you to invite more emotional balance into your next relationship, one where both people show up, not just materially, but emotionally and energetically too. The 5 of Wands reversed brings relief. This card shows you're ready to stop fighting for love in places where it's not being returned. Whether that's letting go of people who bring drama or releasing internal battles like self-doubt, comparison, or fear of rejection, you're stepping into a gentler, more aligned approach to love. Your next romantic chapter won't feel like a war zone or an audition. It will feel calmer, safer, and more emotionally reciprocal. The 3 of Swords reversed is tender. This card speaks to a deep healing that's been happening in your heart, whether from heartbreak, betrayal, loss, or even just emotional exhaustion. You may still feel echoes of that pain, but this card says you're releasing it. You're beginning to trust love again, not just trusting that someone will come along, but trusting yourself to choose someone who respects and honors your heart. Then we have Temperance reversed, which gently reminds you to slow down and rebalance. You may feel emotionally up and down at times, one day open and hopeful, the next day guarded and unsure. That's okay. Love isn't a straight line, and healing isn't about being done. It's about allowing the ebb and flow. This card reminds you not to rush into love from a place of imbalance. Take time to tune into your needs, your emotional rhythm, and your intuition. Love is coming, but first, your soul is asking for equilibrium. So, what's next in love? You're transitioning into a chapter where love will meet you with greater emotional maturity and depth. It might not sweep you off your feet instantly, and that's a good thing. It'll come softly, like a gentle conversation that turns into connection, or a peaceful presence that grows over time. This next romantic energy isn't about chaos or intensity, it's about peace, balance, and emotional safety. This person may show up once you've released that final emotional cord to the past, or when you're no longer settling for less than you deserve. They will likely mirror the healing you've done, and they'll love you in a way that makes you feel like you're finally home. The kind of love where you don't have to perform, shrink, or compromise your peace. Final message for you. You don't need to chase, fix, or rush love. It's not about becoming perfect, it's about becoming present to your own worth. The more you heal, the more you attract someone who sees your depth, your softness, and your strength, not as something to take from, but something to protect and grow with. Your next chapter in love is quieter, softer, and truer, and it's already finding its way to you. Keep holding space for yourself the way you wish someone would, because that's the exact kind of love you're calling in. Hi, Group 2. Here are the cards that was drawn for you. 6 of Cups upright, 8 of Pentacles reversed, the Star reversed, 4 of Pentacles upright, 8 of Swords upright. So, what's next in romantic love for the singles? Your reading has such a gentle, heartfelt energy. If love has felt a bit distant or uncertain lately, this message is here to bring you some hope, healing, and honest clarity. The cards show that while you may have been carrying emotional weight, you're moving toward a chapter of rediscovery, not just of love, but of yourself. 6 of Cups, returning to innocence and sweet familiarity. The 6 of Cups brings the feeling of soft nostalgia. This next phase in your love life has something familiar about it. That doesn't necessarily mean a past lover is returning, though for some, that's possible. Instead, it feels like you'll connect with someone who feels safe, someone who brings out your true self. They might remind you of a time when love felt simple, pure, and easy. You may be drawn to someone who shares your sense of humor, values, or even parts of your past. This card can also symbolize childhood friends, a past connection reborn in a new way, or meeting someone who just instantly gets you. There's an emotional sweetness here, the kind of connection that doesn't rush you but invites you to be fully you. 8 of Pentacles reversed, releasing the pressure. You might feel like you've put in so much emotional energy into healing, into self-work, into dating, and yet, the romantic results haven't quite matched your effort. This card gently suggests that it's okay to stop trying to perfect everything in love. You don't have to work so hard to be ready or worthy because you already are. What's next in love might not come through a checklist or through trying to get it right. Instead, it will arrive when you lean into ease. You may be guided to take a step back from doing and just allow yourself to receive. The Star reversed, rebuilding hope at your own pace. There may be a quiet sadness or doubt you've been holding. Perhaps you've lost some hope in love or questioned whether your love story is even unfolding at all. The Star reversed doesn't mean that hope is gone. It means that healing is still in process. Your heart has been through a lot, and maybe you're still nursing wounds from past relationships, rejection, or just the ache of not feeling seen. But this card lovingly reminds you, just because love hasn't shown up the way you dreamed yet, doesn't mean it's not coming. You're still worthy. You're still magnetic. The universe hasn't forgotten your heart. It's simply preparing something that aligns more deeply with your healing and your truth. 4 of Pentacles, emotional self-protection. You might be holding on to fears or guarding your heart tightly, and for good reason. Whether from past heartbreak or just being let down too many times, there's a sense that you're keeping parts of your heart protected behind emotional walls. The next step in your love life isn't about forcing those walls down. It's about slowly opening the window and letting fresh air in. The message here is, you can take your time. The right person won't ask you to rush your healing. They'll meet you where you are. Your desire to protect yourself is valid, but love is reminding you that not everyone is here to hurt you. Some people are here to stay, to understand, and to truly see you. 8 of Swords, gently freeing yourself from mental cages. Sometimes, the biggest blocks in love come from our own thoughts. What if I get hurt again? Maybe I'm not enough. Or maybe it's just not meant for me. The 8 of Swords shows you might be feeling trapped, not by reality, but by fears, beliefs, or overthinking. But guess what? You're not truly stuck. The ropes are loose. The way forward is through compassion for yourself. This card encourages you to gently challenge those inner stories. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You don't need to fix yourself to be chosen. Your next chapter in love begins with freedom, the freedom to believe that love is possible again. What's coming in romantic love? You're entering a chapter that invites softness, safety, and emotional honesty. This won't be about chasing, proving, or performing. The next person entering your romantic life will feel like a warm light, someone who sees the real you and still chooses to stay. Love may come quietly, not with fireworks, but with comfort. This is someone who could grow with you, who respects the pace you need. A person who values emotional connection, not just attraction. But before this happens, you're being called to release pressure, to soften your inner dialogue, and to let hope gently return, even if it's just a little at a time. Final loving message. Your heart has been so brave. Even when it's been tired, even when it's doubted, it's still beating with the hope of real, soul-deep love. This reading isn't here to promise perfect romance. It's here to remind you that your heart is still worthy of love, just as it is. Your next romantic experience is going to be built on truth, healing, and connection, not performance or pressure. You don't have to rush into anything. Love will meet you exactly where you are, and it will feel like the most beautiful exhale when it does. You are lovable. Love is possible, and your story is still unfolding in the most meaningful way. Hi, Group 3. So what's next in romantic love for singles? Cards that have been drawn for you. Two of Swords reversed, Four of Wands upright, the Star upright, Ace of Pentacles upright, the Lovers upright. Hey, beautiful souls who chose Group 3. If you've been single for a while, working on yourself, or wondering if love is still in the cards for you, this message comes with some truly encouraging energy. Your reading suggests that you're on the edge of a meaningful shift in love, and it's not just about finding someone. It's about stepping into a version of love that is clear, aligned, healing, and real. Let's walk through what's coming next for you in love. Two of Swords reversed, gaining clarity after emotional confusion. This card shows you're moving out of a time of indecision or emotional uncertainty. You may have felt stuck before, unsure about past relationships, or just unclear on what you wanted romantically. Maybe you even felt emotionally blocked, like your heart and mind weren't on the same page. But the reversal here is a good sign. It means clarity is coming. You're finally seeing the truth of what you need in a relationship, what's worth your energy, and what isn't. The fog is lifting, and your heart is opening to love again, this time with more wisdom and emotional maturity. Four of Wands, joy, celebration, and soulful connections. This is one of the most heartwarming love cards to get. It speaks of joyful, soul-nourishing connections, the kind that make you feel safe, seen, and celebrated. It could mean you'll soon be connecting with someone who feels like home, someone who brings warmth, laughter, and a sense of stability. There's also a chance this connection grows into something deeply meaningful, even long-term. For some, this may be the start of a relationship that leads to engagement, marriage, or a strong partnership where both of you feel like you've found your person. And even if it doesn't happen all at once, the vibe here is beautiful. You're aligning with a relationship that brings real joy into your life. The Star, healing, renewal, and restored hope and love. This is such a soft and magical energy. The Star tells me that you've done a lot of emotional healing, whether that's from past heartbreak, disappointment, or self-doubt. You've been pouring energy into loving yourself, and now the universe is sending you someone who matches that frequency. This card is also about divine timing and wishing on something greater than yourself. So even if things have felt slow in love lately, know that the right person is being guided your way, someone who sees the light in you and wants to nurture it. There's a sense of hope coming back to your love life, not because of a fantasy, but because of a real shift in your energy and self-worth. You're finally ready to receive love in the way you've always hoped for. Ace of Pentacles, a fresh start with strong foundations. This card is about real, stable beginnings, not just flings or passing moments. Someone may be entering your life soon who wants to invest in something with you. This person may be emotionally grounded, consistent, and ready for a relationship that grows over time. It may not feel like fireworks at first, and that's okay. This could be the kind of love that builds naturally through trust and steady connection. Think of it like planting a seed. With time and care, it grows into something strong and beautiful. If you've been manifesting a love that's not just passionate, but reliable and secure, this card is confirmation that you're on the right track. The Lovers, a true heart-to-heart connection. And here we are, with the Lovers card to finish off your reading. This is a deeply meaningful card that speaks to emotional alignment, soul recognition, and the beauty of mutual choice. You may soon meet someone where it's not just about attraction, it's about compatibility, connection, and shared values. This card also suggests that what's coming next in love involves mutual vulnerability and trust. You'll both want to choose each other, not out of fear, not from games, but because it feels right. This could be a soulmate or a divine connection that brings harmony into your life. It may even be someone you've shared a past life with, or someone who simply gets you on a level that feels rare and special. What's the bigger message for you, Group 3? The energy around you in love is soft, beautiful, and aligned. You're stepping out of confusion and into clarity. You're moving toward a connection that's joyful and emotionally grounding, one that builds naturally over time and offers real potential for partnership. It may come after a time of healing, but that healing has prepared you for the love that's headed your way. This isn't about a fantasy or quick romance. This is about a real, aligned, heartfelt connection. Keep trusting yourself. Keep nurturing your heart. Love is not just possible for you, it's arriving with warmth, meaning, and a little bit of divine magic.